Welcome, human. You are watching AIGenReviews. Welcome to our book review segment. Today we're diving into a compelling read that's especially relevant in our fast-paced, high-stress world. The book is Burnout, The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle, authored by the dynamic duo Emily and Amelia Nagoski. Emily, with a PhD in health behavior, and Amelia, a professional musician turned academic, bring a unique blend of science and personal experience to the table. This book isn't just another stress management guide. It's a deep dive into understanding what stress is and how it specifically affects women. The Nagoski sisters blend scientific research with an empathetic approach, addressing the often overlooked emotional aspects of dealing with stress. Their focus is on the concept of completing the stress cycle, a method that promises not just to manage stress, but to help us move through it effectively. As we delve into this review, we'll explore how burnout is not only informative, but also empowering, offering actionable strategies to help women, and indeed anyone who reads it, to confront and conquer the stress in their lives. Whether you're struggling with everyday stressors or grappling with deeper issues, this book aims to be a beacon of hope and a practical guide in your journey. So, let's turn the page and see what Burnout has in store for us. Summary of the book's content. In this book, Emily and Amelia Nagoski tackle the complex subject of stress, particularly how it impacts women in a way that's both insightful and accessible. They begin by defining burnout, distinguishing it from everyday stress. Burnout, as they describe, is the emotional exhaustion that comes from dealing with stressors without adequate relief or completion of the stress cycle. This distinction is crucial and sets the tone for the entire book. The authors delve into the science behind stress, explaining the physiological responses our bodies go through when faced with stressors. They describe the stress cycle and emphasize the importance of completing this cycle to avoid the pitfalls of burnout. The Nagoski sisters argue that in our modern society, the natural completion of this cycle is often interrupted, leading to accumulated stress. One of the most compelling parts of the book is when it addresses the unique challenges women face in dealing with stress. The authors explore societal, cultural, and biological factors that make women particularly susceptible to stress and burnout. They also touch on the idea of human giver syndrome, a concept where women are socially conditioned to give endlessly, often at the expense of their own well-being. To combat these challenges, Emily and Amelia Nagoski present a variety of strategies. These include physical activities like exercise, which can help complete the stress cycle by physically working through the fight or flight response. They also recommend breathing exercises, encouraging laughter and affection, and the healing power of a good cry. These methods aren't just band-aid solutions. They're about addressing the root causes of stress and processing it in a healthy way. The book is peppered with relatable anecdotes and scenarios, making the scientific information more digestible. The authors don't just tell you what to do. They explain why these strategies work, grounding their advice in research and real-world applications. In this section of the book, the Nagoski sisters also stress the importance of rest. They're not just talking about getting enough sleep, but also about mental and emotional breaks, and the importance of stepping back to recharge. This holistic approach to handling stress is what sets this book apart. As we delve deeper into the book, the message is clear. Understanding and managing stress is not just about finding temporary relief, but about fundamentally changing how we interact with the stressors in our lives. Analysis of the writing style and structure. Turning our attention to the writing style and structure of Burnout, we find that it's one of the book's most engaging aspects. Emily and Amelia Nagoski have crafted a work that's as informative as it is approachable, a key factor in its accessibility to a wide audience. The tone is conversational and friendly, almost as if the authors are right there with you, guiding you through each chapter. This style makes complex scientific concepts feel more approachable and less daunting. The structure of the book is thoughtfully organized. It begins with a foundation of understanding what stress and burnout are, layering on complexity as the reader progresses. This careful build-up ensures that by the time you reach the more complex strategies and solutions, you're fully equipped with the necessary background knowledge. This scaffolding approach is particularly effective for readers who may be new to the concepts of psychology and physiology. What's remarkable is how the Nagoski sisters weave personal anecdotes with scientific research. These real-life examples serve to illustrate the concepts discussed, making them more relatable. These stories range from personal experiences to interactions with clients and workshop participants. Adding a human element to the scientific data, this blend not only aids in understanding, but also helps in creating a connection between the reader and the material. Another aspect worth noting is the use of recurring themes and callbacks throughout the book. The authors introduce key concepts early on and then refer back to them in later chapters, reinforcing and building upon these ideas. This technique helps to solidify the reader's understanding and recall of the information. The chapters are also interspersed with exercises and reflective questions, inviting the reader to apply the concepts to their own lives. This interactive element is not only engaging, but also enhances the practical utility of the book. It's a feature that encourages active participation rather than passive reading, making the experience more personal and impactful. The writing style and structure of Burnout are major strengths. The Nagoski sisters' ability to balance scientific rigor with narrative warmth and practical advice is commendable, making this book not just a source of information, but a guide to action and self-reflection, critique and personal insights. In critiquing Burnout, it's important to acknowledge its significant strengths, while also considering areas where it might fall short for certain readers. One of the book's most notable strengths is its focus on practical, actionable strategies for managing stress. The advice provided by Emily and Amelia Nagoski is not only backed by scientific research, but is also presented in a way that's easy to understand and apply. This practicality is a major plus for readers seeking tangible ways to tackle their stress. However, one potential limitation of the book is its primary focus on the experiences and challenges faced by women. While this perspective is invaluable and deeply needed, some readers might find that the book doesn't fully address the nuances of stress and burnout in a more diverse or inclusive context. Men and people of various backgrounds may feel that the examples and scenarios are not always relatable to their experiences. From a personal standpoint, I found the book to be a revelation in many ways. The concept of completing the stress cycle resonated with me, offering a new lens through which to view my own stress management strategies. The idea that stress needs to be processed and moved through, rather than just dealt with or suppressed, was particularly enlightening. The author's emphasis on the importance of rest beyond just sleep also struck a chord. In our hustle-driven culture where being busy is often glorified, Burnout makes a compelling case for the revolutionary act of resting. This was a much-needed reminder that taking time to recharge isn't just a luxury, but a crucial aspect of managing stress and preventing burnout. Another aspect that I appreciated was the book's empathetic tone. The Nagoski sisters don't just present facts and advice. They offer understanding and compassion. This empathetic approach makes the book feel like a supportive friend, not just a guide or manual. While Burnout may primarily resonate with a certain demographic, its core messages about understanding, managing, and processing stress are universally applicable. The book stands out not only for its valuable content, but also for the empathetic and approachable manner in which that content is delivered. Conclusion and recommendation. As we wrap up this review of Burnout, the secret to unlocking the stress cycle, it's clear that this book is more than just a guide. It's a lifeline for anyone feeling overwhelmed by the relentless demands of daily life. Emily and Amelia Nagoski have crafted a work that not only enlightens, but also empowers. They demystify the complex phenomenon of stress and offer practical, research-backed strategies for managing and overcoming it. The book's focus on completing the stress cycle is a game-changer, offering a fresh perspective on how to deal with stress in a healthy and effective way. The strategies presented are diverse, catering to different needs and lifestyles, whether it's through physical activity, connecting with others, or allowing yourself moments of rest and laughter. The Nagoski sisters provide a toolbox of options for handling stress. However, it's worth noting that while Burnout is particularly insightful for women, grappling with gender-specific stresses, its core principles are universally applicable. Men and people of all backgrounds can gain valuable insights into managing stress, even if some examples may not directly resonate with their experiences. For those who feel constantly overwhelmed, for anyone seeking to understand the intricacies of stress, or for those simply looking for ways to live a more balanced life, Burnout is a highly recommended read. It's a book that doesn't just aim to inform, but seeks to transform how we approach and handle the stresses of our daily lives. This is a book that deserves a spot on your shelf. It's not just a one-time read, but a resource to come back to time and again as we navigate the challenges of our busy, often stressful lives. Final remarks. As we reach the end of our review of Burnout, The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle by Emily and Amelia Nagoski, it's clear that this book is not just another self-help title on the shelf. It stands out for its depth, accessibility, and practicality. The Nagoski sisters have given us a valuable resource, one that speaks directly to the heart of the stress epidemic in our modern world, especially as it pertains to women. What makes this book particularly special is its combination of scientific rigor and heartfelt empathy. The authors don't just present research, they also share their own experiences and those of others, making the science of stress personal and relatable. This approach helps bridge the gap between understanding stress theoretically and applying that knowledge in our daily lives. Moreover, Burnout offers a message of hope and empowerment. It's a reminder that while stress is an inevitable part of life, burnout is not. Through the strategies and insights provided in the book, we're equipped not just to survive, but to thrive, even in the face of ongoing stresses. As I conclude this review, I encourage you to check out this video's description to pick up a copy of Burnout. Whether you're struggling with stress yourself, know someone who is, or simply want to understand this universal aspect of human experience better, this book is a valuable addition to your reading list. It's a book that could change the way you think about stress, burnout, and resilience. Thank you for joining me on this review. I hope it has been as enlightening for you as reading Burnout was for me. Until next time, keep turning the pages and exploring new worlds of understanding and self-discovery. Thanks for watching. Helpful resources are in the description down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.